Mrs. Siddiqui, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me on there for your conversation.
Why did people in Bangladesh remove their government?
The Bangladesh Supreme Court suspended in July the lower high court's order on restoring reservations of jobs. Right now, the Bangladesh as a country had no quota policy. Okay, but they had reservations in jobs for their freedom fighters. With unemployment growing in that country as well, they decided to reinstate, the High Court of the country decided to reinstate 30% of quota in July. And that started off the whole protest.
What is your personal opinion about this?
This could have been avoided, but it just escalated. Everyone was taken aback why it happened. And I think it's more of it was waiting to happen. Let's put it like this. It was something which was like bubbling and it just burst. That's what happened. And so it's mostly the young people who are on the streets who are demanding that they get jobs because that's what everyone wants. So in my opinion, yes, it was something that the student, the youth, the new generation is getting more aware of their rights, and they are more, they don't believe in, all these reservations. They want everything to be open, and that's how it happened.
Do you think something like in Bangladesh could happen in Venezuela?
Venezuela and Bangladesh are two different situations, and Bangladesh is more, it's more about job reservations and charges of corruption. That is Bangladesh. But in Venezuela, there is this one man who is, contesting elections, and he's even though his opponent has won the elections, but he's not letting the election results, go in his opposition's favor, because he's not letting the people talk. The people are just being managed by him, so nobody is really raising any objection to him. So Venezuela and Bangladesh are two different countries, two different situations. You cannot compare it.
What do you think about the situation in Venezuela?
Elections should be fair and transparent for the general people. It's the people who suffer the most. At the end of the day, it's the people who suffer the most. And the adjoining nations, whether it's Colombia, whether it's Brazil, whether it is any country nearby, is also going to suffer, because there will be a huge number of people coming out from Venezuela going into your boundaries. And that's a problem which we will have, and we are having, with a lot of ethnic minority moving from Bangladesh towards the Indian borders. So for us also, it's like the movement of ethnic, people on this side is a problem.
What do you think is going to happen in Venezuela?
At the end of the day, the elections in Venezuela need to be really fair, because they're not really fair. If you look at it, as a journalist, you would look at it. I look at it as it's not fair, even though I don't want an American, chosen person sitting there. That is something internal to, of course, Venezuela, what they want. But from outside, it looks as if they are more, the Americans are more interested in having a person chosen by them sitting there. So Maduro really has to clean up his act and, ensure that everybody is part of that election process that takes place there.
What do you think is going to happen in Bangladesh?
hopefully things should settle down, and because it's something which is, which is going to be a big problem. If they don't settle down, it's going to be a big issue here in South Asia. That's the problem. If we don't control it now, it'll escalate. So yes, it's important. Bangladesh is working since last for us, as far as India is concerned. For us, it's the safety of the people and the stability of the country is very important, because it's my neighborhood. There are 7 states with whom Bangladesh shares the borders. In my country, there are 7 states which are along Bangladesh. So we have to make sure that stability comes there soon.
All right, Mrs. Siddiqui. Thank you very much for this interview.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.